You know what they say, 4 heads are better than 1.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Legacy United Commander Class, Magmatron. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front then we have a lovely image of Magmatron. He is Beast Wars Universe Magmatron Legacy United Transformers. On this side we have the lovely Legacy United artwork, 40 years of Transformers. On this side we have cool little kind of callback photo there of the individual components. Up top, Legacy United ships. On the bottom, words, things, barcodes. On the back of the box you have your obligatory product shots, and that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have Magmatron, our newest Commander class figure. And it is a very nice representation of Magmatron as he appeared in Beast Wars Neo. And yeah, a fantastic figure in my opinion. I think they did a great job with this. I think they knocked it out of the park, honestly. Just loving this figure. And here he is in his robot mode. He is packed in robot mode. But let's get in close here so we can take a look, not at those abs, but at the noggin. He has a lot of noggins. We have multiple noggins to look at here. But here's the main robot mode noggin. Again, nicely done here. Got that nice gold for the head crest. Eyes are painted in a metallic green. He has that evil sneer. He's just, angry or constipated, one or the other. But a good looking head sculpt. You got the little spark crystal right there. How long has it been since we've seen spark crystals? Oh my god. You can see one of the other noggins here. Again, nicely detailed. Teeth are painted in. Tongue's painted in. We have this noggin over here. Again, lots of nice detailing here. Eye done in a nice green. Again, teeth are painted in. We got this noggin on his chest. Again, the beak done in gold. We got some gold here on the claws. Some silver, red. Got some more gold. Another spark crystal there on the shoulder. Again, lots of detail here. And it all looks great as far as I'm concerned. You got the crotch piece done with the gold and the black. Looks really good, really pops. Got those big old thighs. Look at those quads. Look at those quads. He did not skip leg day. He don't skip leg day. Not once. Not even once. Got little toesies there. These claws picked out in silver. You got the heel spur, the more mechanical elements of the leg here are on the back. You can see little bits hanging out there. Got the tail. Wiggle waggle. Wiggle waggle. Now he does have a bit of a backpack going on here. It's a little cluttered back here, but all in all, considering what all this is doing, I think it looks pretty dang good. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm going to tell you. Now, the head can rotate. Now, it is kind of hindered by the other heads here, so you have to kind of move the wings around. Like this way, you can get a good amount of rotation before it kind of starts bumping into stuff. This side, you're going to have to kind of move the wing up to get it over this head, and then you can bring it around there. So you have to do some maneuvering to get that head movement the way you want. But yeah, just a rotational joint, no up and down, no wiggly waggly. Now as far as the wings coming out of his head, well, they can move up, they can move down, they can move forward and back. You can extend the wings at this point as well. You have these little claws here, which you can do what you want. I just kind of fold them down just to keep everything a little bit more compact. As always, your toy, display however you wish. Now as far as the arms go, they can rotate, can do a full 360, just get around the wings. In here, nice ratcheting joint, moving outward as well. Clickety clackety joint, very nice. You have bicep rotation. You have a double jointed elbow. Now the bottom joint is ratcheted, and the upper joint just kind of has like a little thoop to it, but you can get nice full range of movements there. As far as the wrist, you do have wrist rotation. You also have a hinge so the hand can move outward. The hands can open and close. All 4 fingers are just on one hinge. The thumb is on its own rotational hinge that can move in and out like that. You do have waist rotation. You have to make sure this flap right here is kind of up so you can access that waist joint. Legs can go forward about that far. Get a nice clickety-clackety joint. Back about that far. Oops. You might undo the waist. You don't want to do that. Don't undo the waist. There we go. Again, got these flaps here. You can move them out of the way. Outward, you can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation. You have nice ratchet knee joint. Nice clickety-clackety joint with over 90 degrees of bend. And as far as the feet, they can't move up unless you undo this. This is tabbed into the back of the foot. So once you undo that, now you can move that foot up. You can't really move it down. That's as far down as it goes. You do have ankle tiltage and, this heel. You can move it down. You have a couple joints there to work with. So you can move that heel down to support any posing. And oh, by the way, tail movement. That's right. You can wag his tail a little bit up and down. Wiggle, waggle. Hey, for wiggly, waggly tails. Now, as far as accessories go, we get his mighty sword here. And you can see this section is just part of the Landsaurus, as they call it in the instructions. But, hey, nicely done blade here. Love the detail. Love the coloration also. And got a little spark crystal in there as well. Done in that transclearant purple. Now, the blade is bendy. As you can see, it's bendy. Usually, I don't mind the bendy blades because I understand why they do it, but in this case I feel like it's a little too bendy, and if you have him in a pose where he's kind of holding it out or something like that, I could definitely see this just drooping over time. So yeah, maybe that's something DNA can give us. Just give us a replacement, hard plastic blade for this. I think that would be best, but still, nice looking sword nonetheless. And next up we have his shield, which is part of the Sea-saurus, as the instructions call it. It's just kind of the underbelly. The underbelly of the beast. But still, some nice detailing there. There's the underside. You can see a lot of kind of techie detail going on. Little clip there that will go on his arm. Flippers, all that good stuff. You got that. And you also get an effects part here. It's not really a bloosh, it's more like a fwoosh, but it's the effect part that came with Omega Supreme, just done in purple, but still a nice effect parts. And you get 2 extra tips, just because, so you get that as well. And we also get 2 extra blades that store in the wings, which is quite nice. So you get these 2 blades here done in red, and that is pretty much it. And of course you can have him holding those smaller red blades if you wish, or you can have him wielding his mighty sword. Now as far as the shield goes, there's a port right under his arm here, and it just plugs into that and clips around the forearm there. And there you have Magmatron all armed up, so you can poke, poke, whack, whack, poke, poke, whack, whack, and all of that good stuff. Now what the instructions want you to do with the effect part here is they want you to, take the tip off, remove the blade, plug this into it, plug the blade into that, and have that going on. But as you can see, that kind of starts to droop when you do that. Maybe shorten it a little bit more. Maybe do that. Maybe it won't droop as much. It still kind of droops. But, hey, that's what the instructions want you to do with that. Thing you can do if you want to do it. Why not? Dare I say why not? It's not the most, structurally sound thing, but hey, it's a thing you can do for a picture or whatever. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with our Beast Wars Megs. And here he is with the original Magmatron. You can see how that works out. Because it's precious, I'm going to call it oh so precious. And if you'd like a measurement, to the top of his head, Magmatron stands at 9 and about 3/4 inches tall. So, there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode, and I think it looks fantastic personally. I think they did a great job with this. I think they knocked it out of the park. The only little nitpicks that I really have is I think the bendy blade, not a good idea. I feel like that's going to droop over time. Also, maybe a ball jointed neck, just so you can have a little bit more range of movements, would have been nice. But other than that, man, I really don't have anything else to complain about. I think he looks fantastic. But let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. So obviously the first thing you want to do here is remove the weapons here, remove the sword, remove the shield, put that off to the side. Now you want to just kind of raise these wings up, kind of get them out of the way, and we need to detach this whole backpack section in the shoulders. So just kind of grab an arm here and just kind of give it a little wiggle back. It'll unclip from there. Just grab the other side and just unclip that. There we go. Very secure clips. So you got this whole section right here. So we got that off. Put that off to the side. Then just lift up the feeties, lift up the head, and then just pull this whole assembly off. Put that off to the side. And here we have what's left. So first we're going to get this section together. So you want to unpeg the head from the shoulder and just free that up. You then want to untab this section back here. It just tabs in right back there on either side. So just free that up. Take this head and neck section and bring that back. You now want to take the arms here and fold them in, rotate them out to the side, and there is a little tab slot connection that happens right in there. So just push that down until it snaps itself into place right there. Same thing here, just line it up and just push that in until it snaps itself in right there. So now you want to just rotate the hand towards you, and there's a tab that will end up in this slot right here in the shoulder. So just use that double joint, get that lined up, and plug that in so it looks like that. On this side, you want to rotate the arm 180 at the bicep, and then rotate that hand up. And again, you have a tab slot connection that's going to happen right there. Bring that up and over, and tab that in so it's looking like that. Now you want to take this whole assembly here and you want to angle it up independently of this section here. So now this is on a slider, so you're going to slide this down, those snaps, and then you want to rotate it up, and now you can bring all this up. It's going to sit at an angle. Bring all this up. You can see it sits at an angle. You got that all squared away, and now you can bring these side pieces up, and you have the section ready to go. Now for the shield section here, take these flippers and just bring them back, rotate them back on that ball joint. You want to flip this little clip down and then open these panels up. Open this panel up, like so. Take this piece here also and rotate that up. You can see just how much detail they molded in there. A lot of detail molded in there. But anyway, now that that's set up, we can bring this section back in and drop it down. There are multiple tab slot connections that are going to happen, so just line everything up and drop it down. Helps to do one side first, and then you can get the other side in. There you go. You can just push this little panel in, like so. Little tail. I'll just tab in right there like that. Then you take this little head and neck assembly, bring that up, and that will lock all of that in. Then you can just use all these joints here at your disposal and just kind of angle things however you want. And there we have what the instructions call the C-Saurus. Now for this section, it's pretty simple. You're going to bring this head and neck section down, then bring this entire assembly up, and that will cover up the face. Just kind of take the legs. You pretty much angle all this however you want. Get these little claws out. Position those wings however you want. And there you have what the instructions call the Sky-Saurus. And last but not least, we have this chunk to do here. So you want to take these sections, unpeg them, and just bring them down halfway. You got a panel here on the side. You want to raise this up like so. You now want to take this entire assembly here and untab it and bring it up on that double hinge. That will allow you to bring these the rest of the way down and then rotate them in. And they will just connect in the middle like so. Now you can take this assembly here and rotate it towards you. You can bring this little purple panel down, bring that head and neck back, and now these sections here will just come up, and you have multiple post-port connections here on the sides. Just line that up and push it in, and bring that up, line that up, and connect all that in like that. Then you have this little throat piece here that you bring down. That'll fill that in. And you can take the little dino arms, just unpeg them from the sides here, and bring them down. And we got that section all done. Now you want to take all this and you want to bend it forward at this hinge right here, this bottom hinge, and just bring that all the way down. And then this panel here will just tab in right there. So it's sitting nice and flush. Now at this point we're going to bring in the sword, so you want to remove the blade, put that off to the side, and what you're going to do here is you're going to flip up the handle, flip up all the way, and then take this entire section here, and it will, there we go, holds very securely. Just take this and just rotate it down like that. Then you want to extend all of this. You want to push down on this hinge right here because it will give you the clearance to take these little side panels here and flip them up. Just push that down and you have the clearance to now flip that up. Once you do that, you can extend all of this out and we have this section now ready to go. So what's going to happen here is that this section is going to peg in right into the tail and fill that out. So just kind of line that up and just plug that in like that, and then all of this will come up and basically fill out the belly here. So there's going to be little tab slot connections that happen right here, and it's just going to all clip in right there, so it looks like that. So now we're going to work on the legs. So first thing you want to do is take these little spikes here, just bring them down. You want to rotate them all the way under the foot, and then flip in this section of the heel, and then flip all of this in right there. You're then going to disconnect this section right here. So just pull it up and it will just unpeg. So get that up and out of the way so you can take this section, untab it, and that will just push right into the leg right there. Now you want to bend the leg because you have a tab that will go into this little slot right here. You need the leg bent to do this. So take that, connect it, and then you can bend the knee and bring the whole leg forward, and that'll cover up this big gap right here. So you just bring that forward so it looks like that. Bring the foot up, and you got that side all done, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And the second verse was just like the first. Then he has two proper dino legs. Hooray for proper dino legs. And the last thing you want to do, just take the sword blade here. There is a little clip right in there for this tab, and you just line it up and drop it down. It'll snap into place, and that gives him the little tip of his tail. And there you have Magmatron and all three of his I'm not going to even try to do a triple spin here. That will just result in chaos. No, I can't. I won't. I can't and I won't. But there are his three alt modes here. Now, the instructions call these the Landsaurus, the Skysaurus, and the Seasaurus. But if you want to be technical about it, it is the Gigantosaurus, the, what is this called? An Elasmosaurus, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this one that starts with a Q that I can never pronounce. The I can never pronounce that word. The Q word. But honestly, I like the simplified naming. I like, you know what, Landsaurus, Skysaurus, Seasaurus. That's a lot easier to remember, a lot easier to pronounce. So we'll take a quick closer look here at the Skysaurus. Get a nice head sculpt, eye done in yellow, beak done in that gold. The teeth are painted as well as the inside of the mouth there, done in pink. Some nice little molded kind of texturing going on. I love the paintwork here on the back of the wings. Love how that looks. Got little claws here, done in gold and silver. Now this section of the wing is bendy. You can use this as a brace if you don't want it to droop or anything, but this part of the wing is bendy as well. It's actually a good thing that these swords are hard plastic, because that I think will can, it definitely can mitigate any droopage. But overall, little tail going on there. Overall, very cool articulation-wise. The neck itself can't move too much there. You do have a joint here that can move up and down. The head itself is on a ball joint, so you have rotation, a little bit of up, a lot of down. Mouth can open and close. As far as the wings, up, down. It can also rotate. You can move that section in and out. These little claws are on a ball joint. They can wiggle, waggle, up and down. As far as the legs, also on a ball joint, can rotate in and out a little bit. Joint there, moves forward and back. You got a joint here that moves forward and back. And little claws can also move up and down. And for comparison, here it is with the original, because precious. So moving on. And moving right along, here we have the Seasaurus, or as I like to call it, Nessie, because it just reminds me of the Loch Ness Monster. But yeah, let's get in close so we can take a look at this noggin. Oh, there it is. This is my favorite of the head sculpts. I think they did a great job with this one. Looks so good in my opinion. So good. Nice detail. And again, teeth, inside of the mouth. Nice and painted. Yeah, the neck is gappy. The neck has gaps. But, I'm sure somebody will make some little filler pieces for that. But, again, some nice kind of texturing there as well. Some nice coloration. Unfortunately, this hinge wasn't painted, so there's a little kind of bolt patch right there. But still, some nice coloration regardless. Some nice texturing here. On the flippers, on the little tail. There's the top, there's the bottom. But overall, looks really good. Now, articulation-wise, again, the mouth can open and close. You have a hinge here that can move up and down. You have multiple joints here around the neck that can rotate as well as move up and down. So you can get that neck, also rotational joint as well. So you can have that neck pretty much going in any direction you want, all the way down. Little front flippers here, just on a ball joint. Can rotate, move up and down. These back flippers here are just on a hinge, so they can only move forward and back, and that's pretty much it. And for comparison, here it is with the original, and the original had a lot more neck to work with there, but as you can see how that works out. So there you go, moving on. And last but not least, we have the Landsaurus, and we'll get in close here. So we can take a look, at the noggin. Good, nice head sculpt, some nice detailing going on there. Got some little spikes going down, eyes done in green. Again, the teeth all painted. I think the inside of the mouth is painted, but you can't really tell. This is as far as you can open the mouth. But still, again, some nice texturing going on. Guys, it's your hands. Look at your hands. And your manicured nails. Done in silver. But again, overall, very good looking. Of course, we have kind of visible connection points here, but hey, it is what it is. Oh no, I still think it looks pretty good. There's the top, there's the bottom. I mean, everything is as concealed as it can pretty much be. Honestly, I think it looks pretty good. Now, articulation-wise, the head can move from side to side. Can't look up, although things start to get a little disjointed when you do that. Kind of move the throat. Yeah, not much down movement again. The mouth can only open that much. His little arms are on a ball joint. Can rotate, move in and out. Legs, of course, you have forward and back, in and out. You have that knee joint right there. Foot, up, down. Tiltage, as far as the tail, it can move up. Again, gets a little disjointed once you do that, but hey, and you get some side to side, and that is pretty much it. And for comparison, here he is with Beast Wars Megs. As you can see how that works out. And here it is with the original. So you can see how you stand. You can see how they look. There we go. You can see how they look side by side. And yeah, the new one, definitely an upgrade there. So there you go. So that is it for the individual beast modes, but the beast modes can combine into the weirdest thing ever, and let's show off how that works. So as far as Skysaurus goes, the only prep work we have to do here is just rotate the wings, bring them up a little bit, just kind of get his legs up, and voila, he's ready to go. Now for Seasaurus, there's a little more we have to do here, so we have to basically take it apart. So undo that, undo the tail, and just split all this apart here. Like so. We'll put this section off to the side for now. This section you just want to flip under, flip that in, flip this in. There's also, be mindful, there's a tab slot connection that happens with this panel here as well, so just get that lined up and get that all tabbed into place right there. These rotates, and you can just extend them down like so. Bring those back, bring up this little clip, and that's ready to go. Now for this section, you're just gonna open these bits up for now, so we can just kind of open this up, open up this panel, so you can angle this down, and then rotate it, slide it back over, and then we can undo the arms, make sure you untab them from this point as well, untab, and then you can just bring those shoulder pieces out. Now you want to rotate the hand and just open up the claws here, so it looks like that. Do the same thing here, just rotate, you want this hinge facing you, and then just rotate the hand, and then just tilt the hand up, open up the claws, like so. And now we want to take these sections here, bring them up. We have this little connector piece that's going to flip out, and it's going to connect right into this opening right here. So just line that up and plug that in so it's looking like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Just bring that out and line that up. That'll sit there like so. And you have this clip right here. You want to pull up. And another thing you can do now is you can take these little sections here and just bring them out, and that's all ready to go. So now what's going to happen here is all this is going to clip on to Lansaurus's tail. So you have a clip point right here and a clip point right here. Now the best way to do this is to start with this clip point right here, the point at the tip of the tail. And you can just kind of drop that in. Which sometimes it fights me, sometimes it doesn't. It's just temperamental. There we go. Pop that in. Once you do that, it'll pop back out because, of course, stay there. There we go. So now once you do that, it's easier to get this section clipped in. That'll just drop right in like that. And now we have these posts, which will go into this port right here, and that's going to go on either side. So just use those joints and just secure that in at either side. Just push that in, bring that up, and push that in. And now that is all locked in place. And now you can take the top section here and drop that down. This clip will go right into this port right here. And if you just have it lined up right, it'll all just pop itself right in. Good little push. It'll click itself into place. And you can bring this neck piece up, close that up, and just bring that head up and over. So we're looking at that. So now for the last part, what we're going to do is just bring this panel up here. We'll bring in the Skysaurus. There is a tab right there on the tail. It's going to go into a slot right here. So just drop that down, and the neck will also clip into that section right there. So push it down. It'll snap into place. Now there is a tab slot connection for the back of the head. You can use it if you want to. That's totally up to you. You can bring this down. There's a tab and like a little notch right here that'll drop onto. Just to kind of lock that in place, and you just kind of take these feet and just kind of drape them over. It's pretty much all you can do with that. Angle those wings however you want, and there you have the combined Magmasaurus. And it is the absolute weirdest thing ever. It didn't make sense to me then. It makes no sense to me now. It's just, it sure is a thing. It sure is a thing. But, you know. Now, if you want, you can take the Skysaurus's head, bring that up there so he can look and see where he's going. You know, you can have that going on. It's totally up to you what you want to do. As always, your toy, display it however you wish. Doesn't make it look any better. Still looks weird. But, you know, hey, again, do what you want. Do whatever you want. And for comparison, here it is with the original in its combined mode. It looked weird then, it looks weird now. So hey, they maintained the tradition, so I will give it that. So, oh, there you go. So there you have Magmatron, and yeah, I personally feel like Hasbro has been knocking these Commander class figures out of the park lately. They've been really good, and Magmatron is no exception. I think this is a very, very well done figure. The robot mode looks absolutely fantastic. My only nitpicks is, you know, the bendy sword, probably not the best idea. Maybe a ball jointed neck for some extra articulation, but other than that, man, great figure. The Dino modes look really good also. You know, the combined Dino mode, I mean, that thing just looks weird, but it always has, so, you know, that's fine. But overall, absolutely love it. I did not think we were going to be getting a new Magmatron figure at any point, so this was a pleasant surprise, and I'm very happy we got it. A great figure, in my opinion, so there you go. Now, I got mine from Robot Kingdom, but you can also get legacy figures from BigBadToyStore.com, as always, linked in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the legacy playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Transformers Legacy United Commander Class Magmatron, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. What's going on here? Do you have 4 heads? These are the 4 faces of fear, and the 4 faces of your doom. So which one do you have to feed? You have to feed all of them? Yeah, I have to feed all of them. Triple the food, triple the cleanup. This form is very high maintenance, honestly. But you're scared though, right? Yeah, this is scary. I don't know about scary. I mean, I feel a little uncomfortable, a little awkward, really. Awkward? Why? Well, see, there's this puddle underneath you, and I don't know which one of you that came from. What the puddle? No, crap, I hate it when this happens. See, I told you this was high maintenance. I'll be back. I have to get some wet naps. Fear me!